Hello my fellow YouTubers and subscribers, and welcome to my latest movie review, where today I review Looney Tunes Back in Action, released in 2003, directed by Dante. So Looney Tunes Back in Action is a live action movie that stars the Looney Tunes. It's not necessarily a tribute to the Looney Tunes, but it definitely features them. And the plot is as follows. The Looney Tunes search for a man's missing father and the mythical blue monkey diamond. So, Looney Tunes Back in Action. Well, I reviewed the Space Jam movies recently, and I thought, because they were live-action movies that featured the Looney Tunes, I thought, well, I've seen this one, so I might as well review this as well. So, Looney Tunes Back in Action, I actually saw this years ago when I was a kid. I think I was about 6 years old when it came out. So, I do remember seeing it on the big screen vaguely. And my overall opinion looking at the film now is that it's good. It's decent. I don't think it's fantastic, I don't think it's anything great, but it's a fun, entertaining romp. That being said, I do have some problems with the with the film, the first of which being the story. While it's nice that there is more of a story than the Space Jam movies, I do feel like the story is kind of weird. I get it, it's the Looney Tunes, it's meant to be weird, but at the same time, why does the villain want to turn everyone into monkeys? It's never really explained. Why does he want to do it? I don't know. I found that to be very confusing. His motivations for wanting to turn people into monkeys were kind of unclear. And also I felt like a lot of the side characters of the Looney Tunes could have got more to do. A bit like in Toy Story 4, where you had, you know, the central characters like Woody and Buzz who were focused on. In this film, it's like Bugs and Daffy that basically take up most of the screen time. So I don't think calling it Looney Tunes Back in Action is the right title, honestly. I think perhaps it should have been called Bugs and Daffy Back in Action, because the other Looney Tunes didn't really get as much to do. I mean, all the sort of central ones are in there, like Pepe Le Pew, Marvin the Martian, Sylvester and Tweety, Taz, Sam. But a lot of them are just kind of either in one scene or they're sort of prolonged cameos, so it would have been nice for them to do a little bit more. That being said, the film is fun, and it is fun to watch. It's entertaining. It's only 90 minutes long, and it kind of breezes by, and I enjoyed the animation. I thought the animation was very well done, and it actually blended, I think, a lot better than it did in Space Jam, and especially the sequel to Space Jam. For the human characters, I actually think they're kind of interesting. We have Brendan Fraser, who plays DJ, who's a guy who is a security guard, and he actually gets fired from his job because of Daffy Duck. But it turns out he's the son of Timothy Dalton in this film. Timothy Dalton plays an actor who plays a spy, but he actually is a spy in real life. And obviously this is all a nod to Timothy Dalton's time as James Bond. So there's a nice amount of Bond references in there for the hardcore Bond fans like myself, who would certainly get a kick out of that. Although that being said, Timothy Dalton's role is very limited. He does kind of spend most of the film being tied up, so it would have been nice to see him kind of contribute more in the climax of the story at least. And there are some great references in this film that a lot of people will pick up on. And there's a great reference as well to Brendan Fraser, how he says, because his character is a stuntman, and he says, oh, I'm in those Mummy films more than Brendan Fraser is, because obviously we know Brendan Fraser, you know, did the Mummy. And the final scene when Brendan Fraser encounters himself is hilarious. I thought that was really good. And I think his character DJ's okay. You know, he's a decent protagonist. He just seems to be kind of annoyed most of the time with Daffy Duck. He doesn't really get on with Daffy that well. And the lead female of this film is Jenna Elfman, who plays a woman called Kate, who I believe is the vice president or something of Warner Brothers, and she's hired to make changes to the show, and she actually fires Daffy Duck. Judging by statistics within focus groups, she feels that Daffy's not as popular as Bugs, and she just gives him the sack. So she spends most of the film kind of regretting that decision, and then with Bugs, they go after Daffy and DJ, who go to look for this diamond called the Blue Monkey. I mean, the stuff with the Blue Monkey, I mean, it's kind of weird, you know. It's a bit strange, but still, it does allow for a sort of fun premise, I suppose. I did really enjoy Steve Martin in this film as the chairman. I mean, he's delightfully over the top. He certainly fits in with the world of the Looney Tunes, let's be honest. Obviously, he would go on to play Inspector Clouseau in the next couple of Pink Panther movies that would come a few years after this. But I like his character. He's just so deliriously over the top that he's hilarious. Like when he does his laugh and he almost falls over, he goes, ah, ha, 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 oh, oh, oh. And then when he's flipping the remotes, and then it goes on to Al Johnson and various other things. He is hilarious. And this is one of the movies where he can just go as over the top as he likes. And I like the kind of sort of bob haircut that he has and his round glasses. He looks really kind of nerdy and just silly, but it works with the Looney Tunes. It really does. I also like Joan Cusack in the film. She plays a character called Mother, and that's the one thing that also confuses me. I don't know if she is supposed to be DJ's mother. I mean, does anyone know? Because I was kind of confused about that. I didn't really understand that, to be honest. But there are some nice references when they go to like the Area 51 place, where they have all the aliens, and there's even a Dalek in there for Doctor Who fans, so that's something to be said. I also really like the opening scene when we have this completely animated scene with Daffy and Bugs, and I think it's Pepe Le Pew, forgive me if I've got that wrong, but the guy with the gun, he's like, I'm gonna blast you, and they're saying, you know, rabbit season, duck season. There's that nice kind of banter there. The humour is great, and is much more intelligent than the Space Jam movies, in my opinion. I love the climax of the film where DJ and Kate, they have to save Damien Drake by encountering a big tin dog. They have to fight the massive tin dog, and then Daffy and Bugs are in space fighting Marvin the Martian, and Bugs gets out a like a carrot lightsaber, which is kind of funny. Again, there's a lot of nice sort of pop culture and movie references as well, and they do break the fourth wall quite a few times, and it is funny. It's very funny. It's very witty. I just do think maybe the plot is a little bit too weird in places. Perhaps, you know, the whole idea of the blue monkey, you know, the villain's plan is just very, it's kind of unclear to me. I don't really understand why he wants to do all this, but at the end of the day, you do just have to kind of go along for the ride with this one and appreciate it for what it is. I like the scenes in Paris when Bugs and Daffy are in the gallery and they're being chased and they're going between the paintings. I thought that was a really funny, funny moment right there. While this is a good movie, I don't think this is a film that really honours the Looney Tunes. Like I said, I don't think calling it Looney Tunes Back in Action is really the right title, because I don't feel like it's enough of a tribute to the show. It's a decent movie and it's fun for what it is, but I felt like it could have owed more of a kinship to that original show and used a lot more of the original characters. You know, if you call it Looney Tunes Back in Action, you expect that more of the characters will make a big feature in this, but sadly that's not to be the case. There's also a great reference to Psycho, I believe, in the shower, when Bugs is in the shower and everything goes black and white. It's hilarious. And they even have the same music as well, which is brilliant. So overall, I think Looney Tunes Back in Action is a good movie. It's a fun film with a lot of great humour. It's a great fun adventure. The plot is very strange and weird, but it kind of works. I mean, it is called Looney Tunes. And the humour cast are decent, so I think I'll give this one 7 out of 10. Yeah, so that's my review of Looney Tunes Back in Action. Thank you very much all for watching, and stay tuned next time for more movie reviews. So until then, I'm Mr. Tars11. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.